Wait, so you only didn't watch because Lil Nas X wasn't invited?
No, I'm just saying that was like I was just like I don't watch it regardless, but that kind of stuff is just like that shit is just so corny. Like that's even more of a reason not to watch it.
I mean, he
If
wasn't
anything,
invited, or he just didn't go.
oh, they didn't invite him.
Why?
I don't know, and they didn't nominate him for anything. Like I like we said in the I think Twitch chat, not Twitch, Twitter. Like Jack Harlow being nominated when Lil Nas X had like a way bigger year than him, and not even to like slander Jack Harlow, but just to be like, how like he put you on like the biggest song of that year on Industry Baby and stuff like that. Which I won't say major career because it didn't. You were already popping before then, but it really put you in like more in the forefront. So it's crazy how like you just leave him off like that.
It was Industry
whatever.
Baby last year or 2020?
2021.
Ah, okay.
Last year.
Industry Baby, has that made it on any awards show? I didn't even make it on the Grammys, I don't think.
Absolutely not.
What awards show did it make it on?
None, bro. Maybe Critics' Choice Awards, maybe.
Kids' Choice Award.
But
What
I think
did,
he did win. He did win a Kids Choice Award, but I don't know if it was for that song.
nah,
what did Jack Harlow
it's
get
probably
nominated for?
For best male hip hop artist or some shit. He was in the thing with Drake, Kanye,
Oh, so
all
he had
them
no
niggas.
chance of winning.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Who won that one? Drake?
Um.
It was a lot of hard hitters. J. Cole was in there too. Like everybody in there.
Well,
was in
oh
there.
Oh, he had
shit!
no chance.
Kendrick won.
Oh, okay, that makes
That
sense.
is, honestly, I'm kind of very surprised
Wow.
by that. I did not think Kendrick would win that.
Of-
So the whole
mean,
list,
Wait, it was the
Yeah.
best hip hop male,
yeah,
and Kendrick
I mean,
won for last year.
yeah. No, for the from last night or whatever.
What the
So
fuck?
like, how are they basing it?
Honestly, I'm not that sure. I would assume with most of these, it would be like obviously, from now until like this point last year. But if you think about that, that's literally the only reason why I thought Kendrick wasn't gonna win, because Kendrick obviously just like made the announcement like 3 weeks before his album dropped, like in April, and then his album dropped on May 13th, I think. Yeah. So that was like literally a month ago. So Kendrick hasn't done shit since like a few
Yeah.
years, if you don't count the features. But nah, I'm not low key. Like I said, I thought Drake or I thought Future was gonna win, because obviously you had Future drop like his album, that mid ass fucking album. Drake, obviously dropped Certified Lover Boy, was like last year.
Yeah,
November.
Yeah, exactly. So then he had like this album. Now, I mean, might have been too late to vote for this one, but yeah, I thought Drake or Future had it in the bag. J. Cole, I don't ever see BET awards giving awards to J. Cole, so I didn't think so. Jack Harlow, no. Kanye has like the Donda, but Kanye really hasn't done anything to like to, done anything more than Ray Future to be in the
I
spotlight.
mean,
or to
Kanye
be,
has
like,
dropped
popping, whatever.
Donda 1 and 2 in the past like 5 months.
Oh shit! I
And
totally
Donda
forgot
2
about
is
Donda 2.
Donda 2 is actually like able to be voted on because it's been out for like 4 months by now.
I just don't
Well,
get what's
damn.
going on with Donda too. 'Cause I know he dropped it, but like he didn't like everyone that's listened to it says this sounds unfinished and it sounds like this, it sounds like that. Like I don't even consider that even a drop for Donda 2. I mean, if you count that, then yeah.
I mean, everybody's heard it. So, I mean,
I haven't. Have you heard it?
The thing is, like, we haven't heard it because we chose not to listen to it. But, like, we have the ability to go listen to it if we
I
want
heard
to.
it. I have it on my phone, but I've only listened to it once.
That's what I'm saying. Like that shit. Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
like-
mean, that's
that's
as
just
much as
the
album
version.
is like a mixtape. I mean, it's like as much as the album is like maybe Friday Night Lights with J. Cole or something. Like, I mean, we have the ability to go listen to it. It's just like,
You gotta
it's Untitled Unmastered, Kanye's version.
Fuck. You got to think about it as well. The version that I have on my phone is like its own version. So you got to think about all like all the updates, everything that's come since then. And I mean, I don't know. I do think like the whole. I never really agreed with Kanye when it comes to like, like even with like the Life of Pablo, like releasing it, but like still like fixing it a few days, weeks, months later. Like, oh, I'm gonna fix wolves. Like, bro made changes like a whole last like 7-8 months after the Life of Pablo drop. I forgot what exactly, but he did a bunch of stuff. Like, and so on one side, I can appreciate that type of artistry, that type of ingenuity of like, oh, artists don't really do that. On the other hand, it's just like, bro, just give me the complete finished album so I can develop a complete and finished thought and review of it. Because if I don't have the finished product, when am I ever gonna? Until I get the final thing, I'm never gonna have like a solid opinion because it's still being worked on.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
we
true.
definitely can't judge it yet, but I mean, I definitely think it's still an album out. I mean, he released it.
Yeah, it definitely can be, I guess, in the running. I guess it's still just confusing that Kendrick one. Not confusing, but like it's like I guess maybe like more recency
Unexpected.
bias. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other, I just want to go off a few of the other winners. So that was best male hip hop artist, best female hip hop artist. I actually predicted this the other day. It went to
Lotto?
Megan Thee Stallion.
What the fuck? How? What is she released?
She released last year.
No, she didn't. She hasn't dropped an album since
The
2020.
last album she dropped was that newspaper album. That was like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
It was
How the
mid.
fuck did she get what? Why didn't they give it to Lotto?
That's what I said.
I think she dropped like a few, maybe like 2 singles since last year. But I thought they would either go Megan or maybe Doja Cat, not Cardi, because Cardi really hasn't done anything lately.
Yeah. I don't know if she's
Lotto,
even
I
nominated,
feel-
to be honest.
Yeah,
haven't really-
Lotto and Doja would be more acceptable than Megan or Cardi. Megan hasn't even dropped anything.
Yeah, Lotto had her album. I listened to like part of it. I remember you guys listened. You listened to it. I listened to Apollo, and I know you fucked with it. But yeah, Lotto. I definitely could have seen Lotto getting the award. Nicki also, dropped the one or two songs with. I think one song was with Lil Baby, and another song was like whatever. So I didn't really think much of it. Saweetie hasn't really done anything to my knowledge. I don't really keep up with Saweetie. But yeah, Megan is like I said, it's maybe she hasn't dropped any album or anything in the past year, but I feel like it was kind of expected because Megan's like a star. Out of all these, like she's like the biggest, I would say, like biggest rising star, or not rising, but biggest established like mainstream star out of all these right now, and I guess you would say like hip hop.
Wait, so the album award was female artist of the year?
Yeah, the award is best female hip hop artist.
Yeah, I can't accept that. She definitely
No
didn't
way.
do anything this year or last year. So how the fuck is she the artist of the year?
Who knows, bro? And then
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
you have the other like R&B categories. I'm just looking here trying to find something like interesting. Video of the year, Family Ties, not a surprise. Best new artist. The thing is, I kind of hate like the whole best new artist category. Not just this for, I mean, even fuck the Grammys, but even for the Grammys, like all the artists, a lot of the artists that I usually see there are like artists that have been out for like years, like 5+ years, like a lot. Pretty sure Lotto's been out for like at least 3 years. And Benny the Butcher was on that list. Baby Keem been dropping stuff since like 2016,
How is
2015.
Benny the Butcher on there? What?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Mooney Long, Thames, Young Blue. Yeah, I mean,
Thames is pretty new. I give it to Thames.
I respect Lotto getting it though.
A lot
could've-
of too, yeah. But I mean,
Benny, like obviously, I think Benny the Butcher is great, but Benny's not a new artist. That's
At
the thing.
all. Benny's been out forever. Benny's like 40.
Yeah, I think he might be older than that, low key. But album of the year, An Evening with Silk Sonic with Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, aka
Fuck no.
Silk Sonic. That one over Back of My Mind by Her, Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler the Creator, Certified Lover Boy by Drake, Donda, Kanye West, Hotels, Motels, the Deluxe Edition by Jasmine Sullivan, and Planet Her by Doja Cat. Honestly, I don't see how
Tyler
that
one?
one. I think it's a good album. I fuck with it.
Wait, who
that's
won?
little Silk Sonic.
What the? No way, man.
Yes, bro. I know. I
For
feel
what?
that for album
For
of the
album
year.
of the year. Over all those?
wait.
Yeah.
So what were the other choices? Again, sorry. Say it again.
Yeah, no problem. Back of My Mind by Her, Call Me If You Get Lost by Tyler the Creator, Certified Lover Boy by Drake, Donda by Kanye West, Hotels by Jasmine Sullivan, and Planet Her by Doja Cat. Off rip, I can tell you three of these albums are better than Silk Sonic's album.
Hotels is better. CLB is better. Donda is better. Every album that you named is better than that shit. People listen to that Bruno Mars album like they only listen to the singles. Like then they said the album was
I
trash.
think I think the rest of the album. I don't think it was trash to me personally. I think it was trash.
cool.
It was just like it's very like small, nice little jams and everything like that. But nothing. I would never put it in like the category of album of the year. That's the thing, because these other albums are much more deserving.
Nothing's stopping that single.
Every time I've heard a song off that album, it's been by force.
God damn.
Like I listened to the album one time, and like I said, it's not a bad album. It's Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, but I never went back to it after that first initial listen. No, you know, we need to have a podcast of talking about why Her is on all these lists. Her is not talked about. No shade to her, but Her is always on every list. Even in the Grammy, she's in every Grammy nomination ever. And I've never heard one yet. Talking about her.
You never heard about her? I mean, like, never heard her music?
No, I've heard about her. She's been around for a long time. I remember back in the day when it was like her and there was some nigga playing him, and they were and he would like make songs.
I didn't know about that.
I remember all that shit. But it's like she's nominated for every single thing, but no one talks about her like that. Like, why is she nominated for Album of the Year? I know she even dropped an album.
They're trying to give her a Grammy because she hasn't gotten one yet.
But I'm talking about why for the BET Awards? Like, who was listening?
They're trying to give her something because she hasn't won anything.
Yeah, I feel like
she's in every single category, but then they put Doja Cat in it, and Doja wins.
Low-key though, like I think Her was also nominated for Album of the Year at the Grammys, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yeah, she lost.
The same album. Yeah. But I've listened to her stuff like a few times. Like I didn't listen to this last album, but her previous like projects before, they're actually pretty good. I haven't ever been more recently. I guess the past year or so, I've been like into like R&B and like listening to new things. But so yeah, I don't really have that much experience with R&B personally, but I would say like I do like her stuff. It's just that for some reason, not that she's like, not to my knowledge, dropped anything like, you know, monumental, spectacular to the point that she's being brought up to the mainstream right now, like on every award show and everything. Obviously, she hasn't been really winning. I'm pretty sure she won like a Grammy the year before though. Anyways, I'm interested. We could definitely do another pod on that because I'm interested in hearing you guys' take. But yeah, I feel like you guys should definitely listen to at least one of her projects because I think she's a pretty good artist. But that being said, out of all those albums, it's kind of a weird placing, I would say.
Yeah, I don't know. All these awards so far have all sound like duds. As long as like some random ass nigga like Jack doesn't win anything, I think we should be good though. Like Jack is good, but he shouldn't be winning anything yet. What was the next category?
I was looking through over here, so this is like a gospel category. That went to like Lil Baby X. Who's Lil Baby X? Kirk Franklin.
Wait, so I saw Kanye giving a speech on something. Did he win something?
Nah, he was introducing Diddy because he was giving some. I think it was like a Lifetime Achievement Award. So he was basically like, you know, introducing him. Yeah, no, definitely. I agree. I didn't even know they gave out awards for athletes. So there's a Sportswoman of the Year award and a Sportsman of the Year award. So the Sportswoman of the Year award went to Naomi Osaka. She's great. She's actually dating Corday, which is pretty cool. And but she's killing at that fucking tennis, bro. But Sportsman of the Year award goes to Steph Curry.
Okay, makes sense.
They have one if he didn't win.
There's LeBron James, Ja Morant, Giannis.
They just be putting just random filler names inside there. What did LeBron do this year? He's like, what's going on, man?
Nah, and for the Sportswoman of the Year awards, you got Brittany Griner, Candace Parker, Naomi Osaka.
And she's still in Russia? Oh my. Yeah. Why are they awarding her but nobody's saving her?
That's so disrespectful.
What if she would have won?
They still have her over there for that bullshit ass charge. Obviously, it's like she's being used as a political pawn at this point. It's I do feel really fucking bad for her though.
No way they awarded her. She's still not here.
She's nominated. She was nominated. Yeah.
Is that not crazy to y'all?
That nigga, they would have had her like on FaceTime from the jail cell. They're giving her a award.
No way! Oh my god,
that's actually crazy.
No fucking way, man. That's so disrespectful.
And that's just for like hype and talk though, because like, when were these nominations announced? Definitely like maybe 2-3 months ago, but she's been there for like a few months as well. This shit makes no goddamn sense.
I could have sworn we talked about this shit like last year. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Like she has to have been there since like maybe November, October.
The thing is, nobody is saving her either because there's too much shit. I think people forgot about her low key besides her fans. Like no one is. Oh my god. What country is it again?
Russia.
What, Russia?
Isn't Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, she is. No.
That was her team. Like, is her team doing good?
Man, fuck that team. They need to go get her back, bro. she might need to re-roll. I ain't gonna hold you at all. That's crazy.
Nah, that's just fucking wild that she's still over there. Like, all for a fucking vape. Like, there's no way.
I feel like they did that because she's American. It wasn't because it probably wasn't even a vape. They probably just saw, oh, you're American? Yeah, we're keeping your ass here. Like,
no,
bro,
she
way.
just made the mistake of getting arrested like a month before the war started.
That's what I'm talking. Nah, I would have to reroll because they're not saving me. At least with ASAP Rocky, when he got locked up, like everybody was like, yes. Even they got to Trump to talk about. Like with this one, like, bro, no one's saying anything. It's not even trending. Nothing. They were saying
Biden does not give not one fuck. Biden probably doesn't even know about her.
Exactly. Biden over here falling off.
Biden don't even know Russia exists anymore. That nigga probably still thinks the Soviet Union or some shit. Dumbass nigga.
Nah, she gonna be over there for. She's not coming back.
That's crazy. This conversation.
She's not. She's stuck. Like, especially now. Like, I don't even think she want to come back to America. Low key. She's probably happier in Russia at this point.
Probably just using her as like no one's no. That's what, and why the BET do that to her? That's so disrespectful. They should just give her the win on purpose, honestly. They should have said, fuck the voting, just give her the win. I want to see what happens. What
if they would have FaceTimed her and some like Russian dude would have answered and then hung up?
What if they started speaking the same Russian shit and they're like, if you call this number again, we are going to bomb you or something.
Bro, this is Stranger Things. Oh my god.
So what?
Season 5.
This Friday, not sponsored by Netflix.
No sponsor.
Hell
fuck Netflix.
Fuck Netflix falling the fuck off.
After this shit, that's why they keep bringing back all these old shit and because they have nothing to do.
No, that's why they didn't finish the whole season. Stranger Things. Yeah, that's why they prolonged it.
Bro, I swear to you, on my life, they sat there and came out and was like, bro, this part 2 is gonna be the last season. Out of nowhere, like a week after the first part came out, they're like, yeah, so season 5 is gonna be so fire, guys. Season 5. Y'all were not talking about no season 5. Don't even. And people were trying to cape for them talking about something. Yeah, they always said that, nigga. Where?
Nah, they never said that shit. I could have swore they said season 4 was the last one.
Yeah, so that's what they said. That it's gonna be the last and final season. And then I don't know. They came out to cut like season 5, bro. We're gonna have ample people gonna be dying. It's gonna be so sad. Like, what are y'all talking about?
I'm not gonna lie to you. No, Netflix might be dead it's 2022 right now. Netflix might be dead in 2 years. I'm not holding because once Stranger Things gonna end.
They don't have anything. I mean, Ozark ended.
What up, Jess?
But didn't they up their subscription or whatever?
Yes, bro. That's for like 30,000
adding commercials.
They had a commercial. Yeah, they're
not just that. So listen. Stranger Things got one more season. Let's just say they're gonna take a whole last year to film it. It's gonna drop maybe end of next year, something like that, beginning of 2024, right? Bam, Stranger Things is over, and then you got like their big. I'm trying to think of their other big hits. Like, I mean, just right now because it just came out, even though it's not even a hit because that shit's ass. Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
That definitely has one more season left in it. I don't really see them doing anything more. That probably is gonna take another year and a half. So around the same time. One of Netflix's biggest shows, Money Heist, that shit ended like last year, like this past year. That was a monumental ass show for Netflix, and bam, it's already over. That series is done. Squid Game, they're bringing it back for another season.
Yeah,
I don't see how you could prolong that type of show without like
Mr. Beast gonna beat their ass.
Exactly. So you have maybe Squid Game left. I honestly, the other shows that Netflix has, like, I just can't think of any. Netflix movie originals, though, are butt cheeks. So they kind of fucked there. And they fired so many of their staff, too, just like to lower the budget, like saying they're never going to do these types of movies again, blah, 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 blah. Netflix is going so downhill. Like I said, 2024, it might be it. We might be looking at,
What about you?
Did you see that shit about Squid Game?
About the new season?
No, about them copying Mr. Beast idea.
Oh,
and then doing a live action Squid Game.
Oh yeah, and with like a real money prize too, right? And everything. Yeah,
They blatantly stole that from that nigga.
Mr. Beast really said, well, the first one he said, can y'all make the games a little bit easier this time, talking about season 2. I don't know what he said about in response to them basically just copying that nigga a whole fucking flow by flow, bar for bar, shit crazy.
No, because I remember him going to Netflix like and asking him like, hey, we should do it like a real life Squid Game. I remember something like that like a long time ago, and then they denied him. So he was like, okay, I'll just do it myself then. And then he did his version, and now Netflix is doing their version.
So corny.
With apparently like the biggest prize of any game show ever, I think.
Yeah, because people were not under his. They were under their comments like, bro, he already did it. His is better. They're already saying that already. The only way it would be good technically is with the biggest cash prize of any game show ever. But that shit is so corny. Because the thing is, if they did it with him and with a partnership, that shit would have been crazy. Like this one that's upcoming for them. It would probably do pretty decently, but it won't be as nearly as good if they did it with Mr. Beast. I'm just be honest.
No, they definitely hold the fuck out of him. I don't know how much they're like giving them. Oh, it says $4.5 million. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Nah, we for sure signing up for that shit.
Well, I think Simon's probably already done now, but
real talk. If the three of us signed up, who's dying first?
Nah, things that all three of us are probably just gonna band together. We wouldn't tell nobody though. Like, we probably to keep solo, but we'll probably band together and help each other when needed, and we'll probably get to at least top 10.
Man, hold you! I'll steal your rocks just like that one guy.
You're crazy, bro. You're crazy, bro. The thing is, though, I would sell you the fuck out immediately if need be.
No way.
If need be, why would you need to do that?
Taco he just stated his actions, so I can't trust a nigga no more. That shit is crazy for real. How we going to an unknown place that we have 4.5 million? Even if one of us wins, we can split. At least he can get the other person give us like 500K. We're set for life.
Bro, 500K.
It's only one survivor.
Get $1 million apeece.
No, I'm just saying, even if it was the lowest given, that's still a shit ton of money. If it's $1 million, bro, we're out of here. The Almighty Network is being created the next day,
I'll do that
building
shit.
and all.
And y'all would still betray each other?
No, I didn't even start.
That
was Taco.
Look, Taco just said he would get his rocks off or whatever the fuck he just said. What did he say?
Taco, would you really steal me?
Bro, 4.5 mil?
On him? No way.
Ask the question once again, bro. Think about the 4.5 mil, then ask that question again.
Look at no way, this nigga is so.
But Taco, if you win, will you give us $1 million apiece? Will you give us $1 million apiece and keep the 2.5?
Give you $1.50 to get a candy bar at the store, bro.
Never hear from this nigga Taco again.
Yeah, he would leave the community. He would leave the podcast.
I'll leave this shit.
What the fuck?
What is wrong with y'all niggas, bro?
What is y'all? I didn't do anything. That was him.
As soon as he said that, you said you would do it with need be to him. What does that mean?
I was joking.
Just tell me right now. Tell the audience. Tell me what you gonna do to me, man.
Nothing. I'm just joking. You're being serious though. That's the crazy part.
If you tell a nigga I'm gonna do what need be to you, then you're an evil ass nigga.
Speak up,
too.
Bro. Speak up. We all need to hear this shit now, right now.
Joking. I was literally joking because I
so what if you found out that he gave you rocks, but he was still like an eyesight, like you could still catch back up to him? What would you do?
Take that L because I lost. I took the L.
But you could still he's still only like halfway to the door.
You can still take me down with you.
Nah, bro, I'm not Jeezy, bro. I'm not doing that. Jeezy was there. You Taco, say goodbye. That nigga ending your life. I ain't gonna hold you at all.
He going first. I don't care. He's a kid. Fuck it.
What the fuck? No way, y'all just do somebody dirty like that. We can all three win.
Y'all.
Bro, 4.5
How? What? How does that make me an Instagram? Y'all say y'all gonna turn on each other.
I said I'm joking like 10 times. Only Taco.
But we on the Civil War arc. No way.
I was joking.
Is Taco joking?
No.
Hell no.
See?
No fucking way.
We can't trust him.
Fuck.
You can't trust him.
Yes, sir. Apollo the homie. Hell yeah.
No way.
He's the homie
Dab me
now.
up.
You see that 4.5. That's the crazy part.
Money what? Money would not change me. I'm
Not
chilling.
you, Taco.
Oh.
Exactly.
Bro, 4.5 mil is
See?
4.5 mil.
See?
Matter of fact, give me
Oh.
10K and I'll flip on Jazz. Fuck it.
That's
See?
craziness.
Nah, good luck, Apollo.
Like, how fast would
What?
it be? Like, would
Ew.
y'all at least get to, like, the glass plates or something?
Bro, he's stealing me first round. I promise you, he's stealing me first round. Whatever the
Red
thing
light,
is.
green light, he's gonna push
Bro,
you.
good
Yes,
either.
Lord. He's gonna
Green
push me.
That is hell.
Fucking trip me while I'm trying to run.
That's
Bullshit.
wait, so nah, but he might catch you like the one dude caught the one dude.
Nah, bro. You might catch me, and he might
Now,
like,
low-key-
swipe your hand.
Low
put
key,
you
I
on the
might catch
ground.
you and be like, yo, Jazz, so you giving me the prize money, right? Like,
This nigga about
nope,
to
drop you right to the ground.
Mufasa you.
Yeah, so exactly.
No way.
And then you're gonna be watching
Long
like
live the
Simba,
king.
watching, not doing a damn thing.
What can I do?
That's what Simba. That's the same.
They would
thing
already
Simba said.
snipe the fuck out of you by the time you fell, before you even hit the
Wait,
ground.
This is some bullshit. You see
Would
how
y'all,
all
would
these
y'all do it if it was
podcasts-
you actually died?
Hell no.
Wait.
They be
Oh,
aiming
would
for
I
black
do it if
people.
I-
They
you
would
would
be
actually
aiming
die?
for black
Yeah.
people. They be aiming for black people. I
Now,
already
I
know they
mean-
would.
If there would have to be some guaranteed money going to my family or something. I'm not doing that shit willy nilly.
Yeah.
like
Okay.
the-
So if
Nah,
they did it where you
no.
actually died, but they guarantee your family would get 10,000 if you died.
No, the
Fuck
10,000
no,
is
it's too low.
nothing. Nothing. They're
I'm
not
worth
guaranteeing
more than
shit
$10,000.
anyway.
Fuck that.
Why would they guarantee you for playing, nigga?
Or this ain't
know
no
you're
battle
poor.
royale game. Fuck.
But there's gonna be
Maybe-
like 200 niggas. That's as high as they can go.
This probably could be a bunch of like home people just desperate. They have nothing to lose. They're gonna be going there just being crazy.
Bro, it's
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
like
Just some-
10-time
if homeless
American
people
Ninja
sign
Warrior
up, it's gonna be
champion, bro.
crazy.
Bro, they're gonna be just fucking just. Oh yeah, we can be friends. We can be friends. As soon as the first round started, they fucking tripping you, throwing you. Oh, he moved. Yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah, I'd for sure start betraying niggas. Not y'all, but like I'd for sure make friends and start betraying those niggas immediately.
That was my
yeah.
first idea. I said we should all split up and form our own little groups, and then once we get a little bit far, we just start just weeding the niggas off by using one of them. I ain't gonna hold you at all. That about me to move.
Yeah, like when we get to the game where you gotta like survive the night, oh, it's over for a lot of niggas. Like,
I
don't
can't wait
know.
for
There's- I don't know what I would do. My urges would just control me at that
What
point.
does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm going crazy.
So what do you, bro? Give us an example. Give us an example. Allegedly,
Like if I were to see a nigga that wasn't on my team,
yeah.
I'd butt
Hell
fuck
yeah.
that nigga.
What?
I'd kill him. I said I'd kill him.
Oh.
Why did you
Like,
say it
no,
twice?
no
Why did you say it twice?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
I thought
you
you said
didn't make
butt
it-
something.
What? Oh hell nah. I gotta be for sure be in your group. Cause the thing is, like Apollo's an enemy is probably some other shit. Hell nah.
Nah, see, it would be some crazy shit. My antagonist is all ends up being some fucking like maniacal genius or some shit.
Yeah, like Pan and them. How did Pan go from?
Yeah, bro.
How did Pan go from like the like the most craziest antagonist to like not a nigga's a homie? How does that work? That shit's so
He
crazy.
was on a Sasuke.
Ah.
But imagine we do that Squid Game shit, and then the last fucking room is like turned around from the throne is fucking Pan. He tells us to fight to the death.
That'd be so crazy. But that means Pan has money though, so yeah, he would have to give us a cut. I don't give a fuck. If
Bro, he's
not,
gonna make us
sleeping.
fight 1v1v1 to death.
Who's winning out of all three of us?
You know the answer.
Or shit.
I mean, it'd probably be just Lanky Lee versus Stout Gang at that point.
Oh no, Jez going first.
What? Why?
I'm too fast. I'm too fast.
No,
The thing
sir.
is, like, Jez, I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
this not fair. This not fair. Nah,
no,
this not
I'm just
fair.
gonna say,
Nah,
I've met
nah.
Taco
Oh,
in
no,
real
no.
life, so like, I would be,
Go.
I've met him in real life, so I know how he is in person.
This is not fair because
We've
Taco
never
took,
met you in real life, so we don't know how
But
you
that's
act in
kinda true.
person.
Nah, but Taco took judo for 6 years or some shit. He killing me regardless. I can't do nothing. I'm dead.
Yeah,
You
but
know.
we don't know how you would act in person. You probably just mad shiesty in person. I don't know.
Nah,
Who chased me?
I like literally act the same way I act online. I ain't gonna hold you out. I don't fuck with. I do not fuck
Yeah,
with
but
new niggas.
put money in front of you and then that same thing.
Nah, because I've been with money and I've been without money. Money is
He's gonna turn-
money's
he's
not.
Dude,
for
you've been
saying
with
like-
millions.
No, but I mean, I've been like, to me, being rich is being well off. Like in terms of like you're just, I've been financially stable, and I've been like now where money is, is hard. Like to me, it's nothing. It's nothing. Money for sure not changing me. I don't know you at all. But Taco knows judo, so he's killing me. Like then he took it for 6 years or whatever the fuck he took.
Well, yeah, you said you're a pacifist, Jess, so you probably just don't need to go to Squid Game at all.
I'm not pacifist. Oh yeah, I guess I don't.
You said you wouldn't fight anybody.
I mean, I'd fight if need be, but I just can't kill.
Why do you keep saying that? what is need be?
What is it?
That means like if it need be, I'll do my.
No, listen. What would be the situation where the need would be, bro? Where you would have to do that shit?
Well, let's say like someone's trying to press Apollo at the games, and like me and Taco are on the wayside. We have to go and do what we need be.
That's like last resort, though. You wouldn't like fight someone if they like, I don't know, tripped you in the street or something?
Nah.
No way. Honestly.
What do you mean in the street? Is I'm walking somewhere they just trip me?
Yes, bro.
Bro, I'm black. If I punch them, I'm going to jail for a. They're killing me in the street. Like I can't do anything. I have to shake it off and take it on the chin. Because if I even raise my voice, I'm getting blasted expeditiously.
I personally wouldn't take that disrespect.
Because you're not black. Yeah, you're not instigating that. You're not black, so I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, so what else happened this week?
Look at him say anyway, so you know it's true. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, a lot more important shit happened. This dumbass Squid Game shit. Some actual like really serious shit happened. Like fuck the Squid Game.
I was trying to prolong it so we could have fun. This is not okay, man. Fuck.
Nah, this shit like America might really be over at this point. Like this is insane.
Nah, it actually is, bro. Before we even get to that part today, it's been happening for a little bit, but I didn't know about it until I saw it. But now Texas is talking about, at least 'cause I live in Texas, so they're talking about seceding from America and becoming its own like country again, like the 5th time. But this time they have like a whole list of like things they want to enact once they break off, and this shit is fucking like the most racist. Like we have.
Wait, it's confirmed.
No, like because this happened before. They always say they want to break off. Like how California says the same thing. Yeah. Cali's like we want to break off too. It's kind of like the same thing, but like, this time I don't know how serious they are. I don't think they can do it because it's not that easy. But it's like they're talking about like reversing the Civil Rights Amendment. They're talking about
what the fuck?
Yes, but the list goes on and on and on. It was like a whole like 30-point fucking document. But one of them was the first one was about civil rights. They want to take away the voting rights. So yeah, we're fucked, bro. This shit was crazy.
Wait, who said this?
Like
the governor?
I don't like Texas legislation. I don't know. Let me just see if I can.
Jez, you might gotta go. I'm not gonna lie.
No, why do you want Jez to die so bad?
I never said that shit. Hell no.
What? You even said it the past 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the homie. That's the homie.
It's just crazy.
Got me up.
No, nigga. Texas live in the U.S. Oh, well, they're saying they can't legally leave. They're already telling the niggas no, but I'm trying to see what the document is.
Not gonna lie, if Texas is really gonna be doing that shit, I talked about this to somebody else the other day. If Texas is really gonna go through with that, it's literally gonna be like millions of Texans like going to like I guess what would be the U.S. since they wouldn't be considered the U.S. anymore. Gonna be like 150 like people who wanted that shit in the first place. Everybody in the fucking country versus them. Now, if they really think they're gonna stand a chance against fucking 13 billion people, not 13 billion people on a fuck, I forget the population, whatever. If they're really going to stand a chance at any of their surrounding state neighbors, fuck no. And I also saw this TikTok video where it's like, if they do that shit, Mexico's going right in and taking that shit back.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
Wait, you think so?
True. That's actually true. I forgot about it. Texas could vote to succeed from the U.S. in 2023. Okay, so that's what they're talking about. I didn't even think about that. Mexico is for sure coming over here and killing people.
High key. Well, I never would support that, but high key, I might have to fight with the Mexican brethren.
Well, they're gonna do that though, because Texas has been just been doing this crazy at the border. Like recently, they just said in Texas again. They said that they can do whatever they want to people at the border patrol now. So if you get caught or whatever the case might be, you have nothing to protect you.
Yeah, you got no rights at all.
At all.
You know what's going to be crazy?
Well,
like for the super racist people inside Texas that like fiend for border control protection, like, oh, don't let them up here type shit. whenever Texas secedes from America and they want to try to break into America because they hate how bad it is in Texas, that's gonna be crazy.
I think we're getting
It's
shot
like
on sight.
they're gonna be like, bro, please let me over. Like, nigga, no, you were saying the same thing about everybody, bro. Fuck no, you stay your ass right there. That's crazy.
Let me see.
I can't wait till a racist nigga says that shit.
Where is the document, man? They be trying to hide these things. I saw it on TikTok and she was going over it, but like they be hiding these documents. They don't want nobody to see.
They're suppressing the fuck out that.
But it was like 30 long points. The very first one was reversing the Civil Rights Amendment, and I know like towards the end it was about the voting rights one. Of course, no abortion. Of course.
Of course.
What else was it? It was what you would expect. Honestly, it's what you would expect. The most like racist, homophobic. Yeah, definitely no gay. Yeah, that's what it was. Definitely no gay rights. No gay marriage. They only want man and woman. Only man and woman can have babies. Like it was like it's what you would expect from Texas. It's what you would expect basically. Yeah. Any bad thing you can think of, they were trying to make sure it was law if they succeed. But like you guys said, like if they do succeed, that they're just automatically an enemy between low-key Canada, America, and Mexico. Like it's. Yeah,
I mean, if Texas ever breaks off, like, and America really don't fuck with Texas like that, if they actually break off and America don't help them at all, yeah, Texas is fucked.
Like, that's the thing,
all
though.
of Mexico and South America too.
That's the thing, though, because they were saying like because the way they were talking about it in the document, they were still acting like they would still have help from like the National Guard and stuff like that. If someone in the comments said it, because the National Guard is directed by the governor of that state, which is true. But the thing is, the National Guard still comes from the federal government. So if you break off, you're still the governor, quote unquote, of this Texas, but we're not part of the America anymore.
They send their ass to fucking Arizona.
Yeah, so the National Guard gets probably moved to like whatever, maybe goes back to to DC and leaves Texas. They wouldn't stay in Texas. So I mean, I don't know how that would work. So that whole argument is dumb. So I don't know.
Have you guys heard anything about the like just along with this about like the whole they might get rid of interracial marriage next?
Hell yeah.
What, Loving versus Virginia, yeah. Which is so
how
crazy
true is that?
It's kind of next. It's like so. It's kind of like to me. It's like a timeline. So of course, like the next three they're looking at because that's the dumbass Clarence Thompson or whatever Clarence Thomas, whatever his name is. He said he wants to do the one for contraceptives, and then like after that is same-sex relationships and then same-sex marriage, and then not him. Fun. Yeah, but not him. Someone else like around that same thing mentioned Loving versus Virginia. And then either the senator or the congressman of Texas, of course, always my state. He brought up Brown versus Board of Education, which is segregation, overturning that or talking. Well, maybe not overturning it, quote unquote, according to his people, but like he talked about that Plessy versus Ferguson and Board versus Brown of Education.
Ooh.
The senator or the congressman of Texas, I forgot what his name is. It's like John Cochran.
You said that Pussy versus Ferguson.
Plessy.
Oh, Plessy versus Ferguson.
Oh, yeah. Man, I think his name, first name's John. I think I know his name's Corbin. I'm pretty sure he might be a center or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Always us. Always Texas. Well, I wouldn't say us, but just always Texas.
Yeah. The thing is with that, like, I guess, so all that came from obviously the opinion. Well, that's what they call it, the Supreme Court stuff. It was the vote was 6-3, basically overturning Roe v. Wade. Basically stopping, like, not making abortion federally legal, I guess leaving it up to the states. So because of that, on that day, I think it was maybe like the end of last week, maybe like Friday or something, effective immediately since then, since they overturned the Roe v. Wade, there was another like 13 to like I think 15 states that had already passed laws a few months ago when this opinion leaked that the Supreme Court was going to overturn Roe v. Wade in a few months. So as soon as that leaked, all those 13, 15 states, they went to the legislators, Republican controlled, like, you know what, we got to get ahead of this. So once this happens, abortion becomes immediately illegal in our state. And that's what they did. And as soon as Friday hit, as soon as that opinion was released, that Roe v. Wade was overturned, those 13 and 15 states, abortion is now illegal immediately. So it was still very restricted back then. But now that this happened and it was up to the states, the governors and like legislatures made sure that it would be like illegal day one after overturning Roe v. Wade. So that's what happened. So as of now, there's like obviously so much shit that has happened, like so many like protests, so many like people happy, so many like different reactions from like corporations, companies, businesses. Some places have said have like been willing to cover the expenses of workers who would want to get an abortion, like could cover their flight, cover their travel to another state if they live in a state where that shit is not available to them. It's like I think Nike, Microsoft, a bunch of like Dick's Sporting Goods, like a bunch of big ass companies. So even though obviously no like company or corporation is inherently good, I would say that's definitely a good step in that regard. But with that being said, I mean the whole thing is just fucked, and it just comes like Jez was saying, like the next step to the next road, the road ahead, the next steps, according to Clarence Thomas, is going to be stopping same-sex relationships, stopping same-sex marriage, stopping contraceptives. So no IUDs, no condoms, none of that stuff, birth control, any of that stuff at all. And my reaction to that, I mean, obviously the same as anybody who has like anybody with like I don't even know what to say. Anybody with common sense is like, bro, like it has gone so off the deep end and so fucking scary and terrifying, actually, that this is even being considered, that this even happened in the first place. Am I surprised, though? Absolutely the fuck not. This has been in the works for the past 50 years. Ever since Roe v. Wade happened, it was like a big achievement, obviously, for people, with uteruses and and everything like that, people who could have kids. And because of this, 50 years later, everything has just been reversed. Everything is fucked. Now, who do you blame? Who do I blame? I blame a lot of fucking people. I blame, obviously, the Supreme Court. But I blame Obama. I blame other people because you have Obama, you have to think about it as well. Obama had a supermajority, like a Democrat-controlled House, Democrat-controlled Senate. He had the presidency. They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit on abortion. They didn't do shit on immigration. They didn't do shit on guns. They didn't do shit on anything. Yeah, he was the president that passed. Gay marriage was made like a great accomplishment, but there was so much that he didn't fucking do. And people are now like waking up and realizing that, like, oh, well, obviously, like Obama's like a charismatic and good, like, good personality. Like, bro, like he's done so much bad shit and lack of doing good shit. It's just it's ridiculous. And obviously the blame doesn't end. The blame doesn't stay with him. It's way more bigger than that. But we're honestly fucked. And I really wish I had more like hopeful words to say. But this is our life. This is our country. This is what we're gonna have to deal with for the next fucking 30, 50 years. So
it's just crazy how I guess over you make literally a compilation over the past 20 podcasts that we've had, and we've said every single time we're moving out of America. But every single time we say that shit, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse. No fucking way women don't have rights over their own bodies. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people about the subject basically, and they're saying they really don't feel comfortable in their own bodies anymore because they know for a fact that America has control over that shit. Imagine just as a woman how it feels, or even just as a man. What if somebody came to us and was like, so basically we're gonna regulate you guys, and you can only have sex once a month, and you have to use protection, and just shit like that. Just basically controlling something that we've had our entire lives, which is our penis, of course. How do you put restrictions over what the fuck we do with our shit? That just sounds absolutely crazy. So the fact that they can just go to a meeting full of all men all over the age of 95 and be like, we should definitely make sure that women have to have kids whenever they get pregnant, right? And then they can all say yes, and then it's just a law now. Bro, come on, bro. Half these people, I think 95% of the people inside the Senate are all probably born in at least the 30s or 40s. There's no fucking way these are the people that we're using to control this. This is wild as shit to me. And I think there's only 2 people voted against it, and one was a woman, I think, and the other one was a younger man. I don't know. This shit is just absolutely crazy to even think about at this point. This is wild.
Yeah, the ones that voted no, like the ones that dissented, like the 3 out of the 9. It's were like the liberal justices. So Atlantic Kagan, you got Sonia Sotomayor, and then you have Stephen Breyer. And Breyer is actually going to retire at the end of the year. So the justice that I'm pretty sure she got confirmed, the justice that got confirmed, Ketanji Brown Jackson, she's going to be taking his place. But it
She's
doesn't
black,
change.
right?
What's that?
She's a black, like, kind of youngish woman, like, compared
Yeah,
to
yeah.
them. Yeah.
She's a black woman. I think she's probably in her early 50s, I think. But yeah, she's gonna replace him because he's retiring. But that's not gonna change the scope of where they land. Obviously, since she's just replacing one liberal. But yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So it's not gonna change anything. She's just like replacing him. Like so, it would still be a supermajority of conservative justices. But yeah, that's the thing as well. Like one of the many problems that arises from the Supreme Court is one like a big thing that I personally have always been against. Well, I've always been for, which is term limits. So the Supreme Court, once the president nominates you, once you're confirmed by the Senate and everything like that to be on the Supreme Court, you are there for the rest of your life unless you retire. And people don't really be retiring like that, at least to my knowledge. Like the past few justices that were there have all like died in office. Like I've all died, while they were serving as a Supreme Court judge. Breyer is the exception. Breyer said he was retiring like at the end of this year, so that's why Justice Jackson is going to take his place. But that's where the problem lies, not just in the Supreme Court, but also in the Senate and the House as well. We need term limits. We need I would say probably they can be there for like let's just say 2-3 terms. Let's just say 3 terms. And if they want to run again in the future, maybe they can run after like 2 more terms or whatever. But that being said, it's just like it's ridiculous because you have people in the Senate, you have people in the House, more so the Senate, who have been there for what year is it? 2022. Who've been there since the 70s. Who've been there since the 80s. 1980 was 44. Was 40. Well, sorry, my fucking brain fart. 1980 was 42 years ago, which is an insane thing to think about. And that's 1980. You have the senators that have been there since the 70s, since even like the 60s. People have been there for 50-something years, 60 years. That shit makes no fucking sense. And then once they die or once they retire, you have their children who usually take the reins or follow in their footsteps of a congressional seat or a Senate seat. And that's I guess what they call like a family dynasty type of thing. That's I guess what they call it sometimes in politics. Like you have one relative has it, and like the son or the daughter or like child, whoever takes over the next place. It's just so fucking stupid and ridiculous. And this is why we can't get shit done in this country, because we electing the same people. People also blindly vote. They just feel, oh, this person's an incumbent, this person's in office right now, or this person's just Democrat, or this person's Republican. Oh, we're gonna vote for them just like that. Bam. The thing is, people have to do the research. People have to be. It's not just in the people. People have to be excited, engaged to vote for X candidate, right? But the thing is, politicians don't give enough of a shit about actually putting out real plans and helping out people to get the general public excited. And even when they do, it's just like, obviously they never fulfill promises. It's whether it's their fault, whether it's the other side's fault. And it's I don't know, this whole thing is just, I have so many thoughts and so many, I'm so angry about everything that, I try to be as hopeful as a person as I can be. But after all this, and after a long time, even like for past 10, 15 years, like I would be hearing, oh, they're going to overturn abortion or Roe v. Wade and everything like that. It finally happened. So what's to stop them from taking on the gay marriage one again, or any of the other ones from segregating schools or segregation in general? What's to stop them? Nothing. That's the harsh truth. That's the harsh reality that we have to face. Nothing's going to stop them. So unless Biden's not going to do anything. If you think Biden's going to do anything, then what's wrong with you? Biden's not going to do anything. The Republicans are sure as hell not doing anything because they're for abortion and all this stuff. Shit. Democrats do not give a fuck. All Democrats care about is getting reelected and getting their campaign money. As soon as the Roe v. Wade decision happened on Friday, you can see all the viral emails that went out from Nancy Pelosi, from AOC. Everyone be like, "Oh, this is such a crisis. please donate now to the Democratic Party so we can help fight against people trying to take away abortion. Are you fucking serious?
Bro,
I get that's what they're trying to do. I get that's what they have to do. But like, I don't know, maybe share an abortion fund for your state. Maybe share like resources. No, they do not give a fuck about that. Which is why I say that we are fucked.
I hate hearing over and over again, like, oh, you see how bad it's getting, guys? Come on, you need to go to the next voting thing. Like, bro, they said the exact same thing whenever Trump was inside this shit. Then we all went in there like, okay, yeah, let's get Trump out. And then we voted for Biden. And now that he's not doing a damn thing. I mean, it seems like, I'm not saying, like, of course, voting doesn't solve anything. But at this point, like, it seems like every single thing, like, every bad thing that happens, like, oh, just go vote and then we can maybe make this shit better. Like, bro, I don't think it's even helping at this fucking point. Like, I don't even know. Like, I think there's a lot of people saying that we vote for somebody inside of our own states. Yeah. It would probably help, and like in terms of like the abortion laws and stuff like that. But like, what if it doesn't? Like at this point, it's just like nobody in political office anywhere gives a fuck about what the hell we do. I mean, we vote them in, and we never see the niggas again. I haven't seen Kamala since that one meme where she was like, "We did it, Joe." I haven't seen her since. Where the fuck is she at?
Like the only things like, to me, voting never mattered, and that's just like I said, that's me personally. I know people try to guilt trip you and be like, "Oh well, no, people fought for our right to vote in the past, bro." That's great and all. Congratulations to them. But the hard truth is, let me not even go there on them because they were just trying to do what they thought was right. But the thing is, voting doesn't do anything. At least, like how Paulo just said, on a federal level. I feel like the last line of like the stuff that maybe voting that does matter is like the state is your local thing, because to me it's people who are in like federal government, so the justices, the senators, whatever, right? They're just so far removed from the everyday citizen of America. They don't know what the fuck is going on. I feel like the reason why state senators or people that run the state, like mayors and stuff like that, they know what's going on because they actively be in the city. Like you can go to HEB or something and probably see your mayor there getting the same groceries that you're getting, type shit. Which is, I feel like your local voting, definitely do that in my opinion. But federal, that shit doesn't really matter to me, to an opinion. Because you can see it too. Because when they passed Roe v. Wade, you saw people jump into action. So for the people that were in red states, of course, like Greg Abbott from Texas, things like that, they were automatically being like, yeah, no abortion. For at least like the next 30 days, the next week, whatever the case might be. But the people who lived in blue states, like California, immediately came out was like, we're gonna, y'all are safe here. They even passed the bill from California, making it to where you can't be sued, or like the people who do the abortion, like do the service, can't be sued from outside of the state because they want to protect them. I know it was a northern state. I forget what it was. I don't know if it's like Minnesota or Michigan. It's one of the two. But their senator came out and he was like, we're gonna protect y'all here. Don't worry about it. So you can actively see the people who be inside that state and actually talk to everyday citizens have their best interest at heart. The president of the United States has no one like Biden, whether it be Biden, whether it be Trump, whether it be anyone, even going back to Obama, they don't care. The Supreme Justices, they were born in the 30s, 40s, have been there from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Which is even crazy to me because they were still passing civil rights laws and things like that well into the 80s and the 70s. So they were coming in before that time. So that means they were mad racist. They were mad, homophobic. They were mad misogynists. Like they were mad everything. So for those people to still be in here, quote unquote, representing us is crazy. And then like the Senate and the House, I don't know too much about the Senate and the House, but it's kind of like a very similar thing. If they just go up there and just be bullshitting. Like Taco was saying about the Democrats and Republicans, that's what it is. Like the Republicans, they go in there and they do what they say to do. Like you can't be mad at them because that's what they want to go and do. They go in there, they want to spread white supremacy. They want to take away abortion. They want to take away POC's rights, especially Black people's rights. They want to go in there and take away same sex. Like anything they want to go and do, they actively go in there and do it. For the Democrats. Because to me personally, I feel like the Democrats are just lying to people in the sense of they act like they're the better party, quote unquote, but they're all really just Republicans deep down. Like they're all really right wing.
They're all the same.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there is no two different parties. Like there is no 2-party system. Like they're generally they're behind closed doors, all dapping each other up, saying, "Oh, we got these niggas, we got these niggas." But then they go to the public and be like, "Oh, vote us in."
and we'll give you, like, for example, right? Biden, he ran on, I'm gonna take away student loans. I'm probably, keep Roe v. Wade, things like this, and he's been into office and he has done nothing. Like, genuinely has
He ain't
done
done a
nothing.
goddamn thing.
He has gone in there and completely forgotten about the student loans thing. He goes on there, oh, I can't do anything, I can't do anything, I can't do anything. Even though I've seen so many videos and articles of people who would be in, political majors, they be lawyers, they be all this, that, and the third, saying this man could take out his executive order pen, his whatever this stuff, and be writing shit in. As the time goes, he doesn't have to wait for nothing, but he doesn't do
Write
it
the shit
because
on
they
a
don't
napkin
care.
right now and have it done. That's it.
That's not. You don't care. Like, they don't care. Like, Biden is just a Republican. They're all Republicans. They just don't tell y'all. So that's why I will never vote in this country because it doesn't matter. That's why I can how can you like Taco said, like, right after that happened, I saw a video of all like the Democratic House members going outside and they started singing a song or some crazy shit. It was like the most, like, we live in like Black
What the
Mirror
fuck?
living. Yeah, they started like it was all the Democrats. They went outside the house or whatever and started singing a song. I think they were singing like the U.S. anthem or some shit. They were like, "My land is your land is my," some bullshit. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, bro, get back in the house and do something. Like, what are y'all doing singing for? Are you serious? Like, don't sit here and
Let's really keep it a buck. So America, of course, we all know whenever they see somebody making a profit off something, they have to find a way to capitalize off of it, right? Like, they saw how much money everybody's making back in the 90s off selling drugs, and they capitalized and put a price on weed or whatever. I genuinely believe that COVID make us so broke, like, to the point where we, like, really can't recover from this shit. And they saw all the money that, everybody was making off abortions and pregnancy whenever they were stuck in COVID or whatever. Because, like, we really had, like, I think they said it was the next mini baby boom. Because, like, so many people were stuck inside the house.
that
Type
was
shit.
happening.
So there was so many abortions going on because there could have been the next baby boom, but then they stopped it by abortions. And they said, we can make so much money off this shit. Abortions do make a lot of money, yes, but we can make even more money off these women if we make them go inside the hospital and pay boofuls of money that they shouldn't be paying. Because I think each pregnancy is worth like maybe $30,000 or some crazy
It's
shit.
more than that. It's more than that. It's like 200K. It's like 200K. It's more than that. It's crazy.
So they're making so much money off one pregnancy. They realize how many abortions are going on because of COVID and that they could have made a lot more money off of it. And they know how broke we are right now. So like, look, let's just put a cap on abortions. Make sure they have to go and have the baby. There's only going to be like maybe 4 states to where they can get abortions. So we really don't got to worry about that. California makes us enough money in that without pregnancies anyway. So I genuinely believe they wanted to put a price on babies since we were so poor because of COVID.
No, the thing is, like, I know a lot of people probably hear something like that, or like hear maybe other people saying things like that, like about like the baby formula shortage and stuff like that. Like, oh, y'all are just conspiracy theorists. But I feel like we're getting to a point in America where like some things are just not off limits anymore. Like, you can sit there and say it's a conspiracy theorist, or you're just going outside the box. You're just crazy. Like, bro, like, people probably thought it was crazy like 5 years ago that they would overturn Roe v. Wade, and here we are now. Now we have actually congressmen. I haven't even talked about that. I don't know if y'all saw the video. I posted it on TikTok, posted it on Twitter. I sent it to the Twitter chat. People were there was I think she's the congresswoman for Illinois. She went to the Trump rally, and she literally said word for word that the decision yesterday this made it better for the future of white lives. Literally on air. I didn't know Trump was still having rallies, mind you. I didn't even know that. So that man's for sure winning in 2024. No diff. He has no competition in 2024. But this, that apart aside, she literally said that decision yesterday was helping the future of white lives. There was no, oh, she misspoke. No, she said white lives and then started clapping. And the whole audience, all white people, started clapping with
Going
her.
crazy. That's why when I said a couple months ago with the Uvalde shooter, how he based everything what he did off the critical race theory or whatever. I saw a lot of people saying like, no, that would never happen. They wouldn't do something like that because they're scared of white lives. So you're gonna take that. He said that's why he did it. Then they ban abortion, so a lot more white babies have to be born. And then a political leader literally goes on stage and said that this is the best move for white lives ever. Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit isn't conspiracies anymore. I mean, even the things that people have called crazy conspiracies, like the government putting crack inside the black neighborhoods back in the 70s, that came out to be true. The CIA came out and was like, yeah, we did that shit. I mean, you niggas ain't really gonna do a fuck ass thing about it. We did it. I mean, like, they've come out on multiple occasions and told the truth about ample things that we used to call crazy back then. They said they
Same
did
thing with
that. They did the aliens. Like, it's just ample shit.
them trying to kill the Black Panthers and killing MLK, all that type
Yeah.
of stuff.
And then,
That's
yeah,
true.
MLK's wife won because she sued them for killing them, and she won. Like, y'all must think, like, I don't know. I feel like the best way to, I guess, look through rose-tinted glasses is just by calling people crazy that you think might be telling the truth. And the government profits off that because you can just call them crazy and then they won't think too much deeper about it. Like, that's why I think I made a video earlier today. Like, I don't know why exactly the government did this Roe v. Wade thing, but it's not just some simplistic reason like, oh, they just wanted to do it. This is nothing like that. The government is levels and levels and levels upon everybody's thinking right now because they're already thinking hundreds of years in the future, just like George Washington was thinking hundreds of years in the future when he made those dumbass commandments that we still live by to this day. Whoever the fuck made that shit.
It was crazy. And the thing is, like, even with George, well, before I even get to that point, what were you saying? Oh, because like, to give a good example for y'all. For example, I think it was what's his name? I'm forgetting. Not MLK, but
Malcolm?
the other prominent, Malcolm X. I think it was his daughter, right? That got this ended up passing away in her house.
Last
Yeah.
year, yeah.
With no sign of breaking in, quote unquote, went swept right under the rug. No one talked about it, and they said that she, like, oh, it was like we don't know what happened. That was the FBI saying that shit. Everyone just believed them. No one said nothing. Like, that's what I mean. Like, they just be doing shit like that, and no one be saying a word. I just want to give an example of that. Also, with the where are we just going to? What was the last thing you just said, Apollo? My bad.
About George Washington making the laws. and
Yeah, George Washington. Like, it's funny to how y'all, like, a lot of, like, pro-life people and people on that side of the spectrum, or not spectrum, but I guess the side of, like, politics will sit there and be like, oh yeah, it's the 10 Amendments, it's my right to have a gun, and the Second Amendment, it's my right, it's my right, it's my right. But, like, y'all don't even look at the things that were not there or were told to y'all back during that time. Because George Washington literally told these people, like, that's like the first thing they told us in history class when it was an anti-federalist and federalist. He literally told them to not have a two-party system because they will ruin America. Because he was the first ever president, and he literally told them, when I'm done with my term, and here comes John Adams, do not make a two-party system because it will ruin America. Right when he left office, and here comes John Adams, they made a two-party system. And we've had that same two-party system till now. But like I said, it's not a two-party system, really just a one-party system, but that's neither here nor there. But, like, even the things that y'all should have listened to from then till now is not listened to. So y'all just pick and choose things to make sense. Y'all sit here and go, oh yeah, the Second Amendment gives me my right to bear arms. We deserve our guns. It's the Second Amendment. It's the second one. But y'all will sit there and act like they did not just put blatant racism in the amendments, which eventually got changed. So that means not everything in the
it
amendments.
just got reworded and moved into the jail system.
Oh yeah, that's all they did. Because they say that, like, 11, I think it was either billion. It wasn't trillion. I think they said $11 billion was made out of goods and services from the jail system alone last year, with little to no payment to the prisoners. Which I don't know why I said little to no, because there's no payment. They're prisoners.
Yeah, they get
So-
paid cents.
They get paid at all? How's it? I don't know.
Well,
whatever,
they get
but-
paid like, I think, 20 cents a day to go inside their commissary.
No, but yeah, it's just modern day slavery. Like, it never changed. That's what I'm saying as well. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, none of this stuff is about two-party systems. That's why I said on my TikTok, it's like, at this point, it's either you get it or you don't. And like how we started off this conversation, I think at this point it's really just time to move, because the things that they're talking about now, and they're just like being so open about it. Because before, like I said before, my biggest thing with Trump being in office wasn't that he was doing the stuff with the vid. It wasn't that he was doing the stuff with making the wall. My biggest thing is like he gave a voice to the racist. He gave a voice to the misogynist, to the white supremacists, to the homophobes, everything. He gave a voice to these people because he was sitting up there just being blatantly racist, etc., etc., and everyone loved it. Like, you can see it now. He still has Trump trains. I remember I was going from back to my hometown in Texas, and I saw like ample Trump trains still going on, like after a year or two of him not being in office. I didn't know he was even still having rallies, because he hasn't, because he got
He's
banned off
running
of,
again.
Like, I didn't know that either. Like, I mean, I
He's going to be announcing it, pretty sure at the end of this weekend, 4th of July weekend. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard.
You know, it's kind of a
yeah.
crazy stretch, but I wouldn't really doubt it because the way America history works out.
What?
What if Joe Biden is just some sort of fail safe, right? To where he was supposed to literally go on there and just be a face for all this bad shit that's happened. Because of course, after COVID, terrible gas prices, no baby formula, Roe v. Wade, like there is no chance in hell that Joe Biden wins again, right? Like whoever runs against this nigga is gonna win, which is gonna be Trump. He's gonna win. This is probably the biggest stretch I've ever said in my life. But once he gets in, probably gets to the end of his term, they introduce, look, bro, why don't we just make it to where he just becomes the permanent president? Because look at how well he fixed America after Biden. Because of course he's gonna go in there, and then the Senate's gonna start acting right. They're not gonna do all this blatant outlandish shit that they're doing now because they actually like Trump. They're gonna reverse all this shit that he did. Everything's gonna go up good. Gas prices are gonna be back amazing, and then America's gonna be like, wow, Trump really came in here and saved it. He was amazing when he was president last time, and he's amazing again. And now he's introduced him becoming a permanent president. I might just give in to this.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
That's what they're going to do because they already did that. They did that with Obama when he came in after Obama. They just said the same thing. This wasn't as effective because Obama wasn't he didn't do too bad in office. But they said the same thing. They said, Obama ruined the economy. Trump fixed it. Trump did this. Trump is they were just leaping for joy when Trump came in. It's like I said, it's just that Obama wasn't, he wasn't too bad. He did the same sex thing. So people were still like, okay, he did pretty okay. But Biden, he hasn't, he's in there literally doing nothing. He hasn't done anything. So wait, what are you saying?
No, I would just keep going. I'll go when you finish.
Okay, so when Trump comes in, because he's winning, because there's no other Republican candidate that will overpower Trump right now, because he's probably if not one of the most popular presidents in the modern century, and Biden is actively not doing anything. Biden has maybe 2 more years in office. He's probably going to keep falling off of bikes and just being asleep and not know what's going on and talking about we have to I think he came out right after the Roe v. Wade thing came out. He started talking about just don't resort to violence. We gotta talk about, we gotta speak in the polls. Okay, bro, you're not going back in, my nigga. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's over. And they're talking about other Democratic people to put in, but all of them sound whack. I think they were talking about some person named Pete something. He ran last time. He's not winning. I don't know. They're talking about Kamala Harris. Yeah, we haven't seen her. She's not winning.
Nobody. Yeah. Trump is winning. If he runs, when he runs, nobody in the entire world is beating this man.
At all.
Not even a couple of years ago, I would say if Dwayne The Rock Johnson ran, maybe he win. This nigga Trump is a shoe-in at this point.
Yeah, he's not winning. I think I know, and it's too late for Bernie Sanders. He's probably the only one that's quote unquote radical left, but I think he's 80 years old right now. That man does not have it in him to
run. 80.
They might put that nigga on suicide 84? Watch soon, just like they did the other lady.
And if he does run again, then he's losing regardless. And I think that's it. I know people have been screaming for AOC to run because AOC, but AOC is so, same thing. She's too radical. She's too polarizing because she wants to,
She flip-flopped a lot too, not gonna lie.
Oh, so what do you mean?
She was not just her, but a lot of the left-wing Democrats, the left-wing side of the party, they were all pushing for Medicare for all and universal health care. When is the last time you've heard anything about universal health care? One of the most important, if not the most important issue to regular American people, their health care, their debt from medical bills and stuff. That's every single time the big election comes around, that's probably the most, if not one of the most important issues to the average American, their health care, which is obviously something you can't ignore, because what if you get sick? What if you get injured? What if you have to go to the hospital? You got to go to the ER. That's going to be thousands of dollars in bills, and that's what the Democrats were pushing so hard, AOC and everything. They were championing it so hard, the past few years. But now all of a sudden, I think as soon as the pandemic hit, they stopped giving a shit. They which is stupid, because that would be the most perfect time to be pushing something like that. But no, they decided to back off from it. Bernie decided to back off from it. Well, he's been talking about it a little bit, but everyone decides to back off from it. And it's just at this point, would AOC be good? Obviously, definitely would be better than what we have now. But Just
Nah,
to add
nah,
on,
nah.
excuse me, but just to add on to Apollo's point, what I was saying earlier about Trump and being the eventual permanent president or whatever like that. That's once again, that's one of the things that is not too far fetched because you have obviously everything could be manufactured now, so like everything could be going to shit just for people to turn against Joe Biden that haven't already. Um, so obviously you have gas prices, you have like the baby formula, you have Roe v. Wade, you have all this type of shit. And people are not going to want a Democrat anymore. People are not going to want Joe Biden. People don't give a shit about Joe Biden for good reason. So what's going to happen is Trump's going to come back. Well, mind you, I just want to say this as well. Trump is going to announce he's running, but Trump is not going to Trump is not going to actively like go on a campaign trail. Trump is going to be chilling in Florida the entire time until the 2024 election comes around. And he's going to show up to the voting place. Oh, yeah, vote for me today. He's going to win by a landslide. No matter, you could put Obama, Biden, like Bernie, Hillary super team together. Not a single one of them is going to beat Trump, just for a bunch of reasons. So Trump's going to get in there, no challenge, no difficulty, no nothing. He's just going to be elected, which is fine. Well, it's obviously not fine, but like for the sake of this example, fine. He's going to be there. What's going to happen next? He's going to fix all these issues because one, the House is turning Republican this fall. Once the general election comes around this fall, it's already been projected the House is going Republican. It's going to be like, I think they're going to have like a majority of 25 seats, which is a lot. Right now, Democrats only have a majority of like less than 10. I think maybe like 8, 7. And in the Senate, it's going to be the same thing. In the Senate, probably by the fall, it's going to be 50-50 split as well right now. By the next election cycle, it's going to be definitely, I would say, Republican ran. So at least like 5 seats pro-Republican, like so 55-45 for Democrats. So Trump's going to have everything lined up for him. Anything he says and does will go. And because of that, by 2026, by the few years gone by, everything's magically starting to get better for one side of the country. Like, obviously, like the people who are in Trump's camp, or even people who aren't in Trump's camp, everything's going to be doing like, everything's going to be going swell. Everything's, pandemic's going to be probably still around, but maybe less like frequent or whatever. And then you're going to have the people, like Apollo was saying, like the Congress people or people, the fans, the American people. Oh, he's doing such a phenomenal job. He got us out of the pandemic. He got us out of, the gas prices. Everything's good now. We should really have him around for longer, more than 2 terms. They did the same thing for FDR. Now, this is a very different thing because FDR got us out of like, obviously, shit with like the Great Depression and everything like that. I'm pretty sure. So they had FDR for 3 terms. He was starting his 3rd term. He died. The only reason he didn't continue going in his 3rd term, which would have been a 4th term, which would have been fucking forever, because he died in office in his 3rd term. FDR died in office in his 3rd term, didn't even finish it. But if he did, he would have finished it. He would have had a 4th term. People love the man. Now, I mean, this is like a more personal, it's like side note, but like I think FDR did a lot of great stuff, which and I can see why people, were like, so excited, so like happy to have him as president. He did some terrible shit with like Japanese internment camps and everything like that. But that being said, this level of having control, of having the power, of having the approval of the people, approval of Congress, is gonna cause them to do something similar, like FDR. Like FDR saved us from this. Let's keep him in office. Like Trump is gonna save us from this. Let's keep him in office. And that's eventually what's probably gonna happen. Congress is gonna be run by Republicans. Presidency is gonna go to Trump. Easy money. Trump is probably gonna be in office forever until he dies. I don't know. But it sounds crazy. It might sound crazy to you. This shit is not far fetched. Like Apollo said that shit for a good reason. Because it's very plausible. This shit's not like out of the ballpark, like crazy conspiracy theory. No, this is reality. This is what it could be. So,
yeah, I definitely. It's for sure a timeline that I could see happening. That's why I wouldn't have said it if I didn't feel like there was some way or some form it could happen. Because like at this point, Trump has literally created a not even a fan base, a cult. To where anything this man does, they're going to automatically applaud it instantaneously. So if the government were to create some sort of list of bad things that are, of course, they don't look easily fixable to us because we're just citizens. But, I mean, gas prices, baby formula shortage, women feminine hygienes, shortages, stuff like that. Roe v. Wade. I mean, it may seem pretty extraordinary for us, but I mean that's stuff that the government can just be like, all right, yeah, just give them what they want, type shit. I mean, like if they wanted to really lower gas prices right now, they could. If they wanted to overturn Roe v. Wade right now, they could. I mean, like the government is more powerful than I think any of us realize. So as soon as Trump comes in and fixes literally every single thing that we've been complaining about, which who knows what the fuck's gonna happen in the next 2 years, because Biden still has 2 years left. Like this is all basically the first 2 years of it. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen before 2024. Probably worse stuff than this. Like if he were to overturn, or if they were to get the overturn like interracial and gay marriage and stuff like that, and that ends up happening in the next 2 years, and then Trump comes in there and fixes all that shit, yeah, Trump is literally never leaving office ever. And once he gets solidified as the permanent president, he's really gonna get on his. I really believe he's gonna get on his North Korea type shit once he's permanent president.
Yeah, I mean, good thing is, like I said before, like the only reason why it's not far fetched because it already did happen. They they tried to do an insurrection. They rushed Capitol Hill last year. People want to forget that. They want to switch, put it under the rug. They want to skip over it, but nah, it happened. They literally, all these people rushed Capitol Hill and they were talking about they wanted to kill the senators and they were going crazy. That's those words, like not mine. That's what they were saying. They turned on Mike Pence so fast. They were loving Mike Pence the week before, but then as soon as Trump lost, they rushed Capitol Hill. They were angry. So if they were doing it at that point when Trump really he didn't do too much in office, he probably like a very whatever term of presidency, it was nothing crazy happened, and they were acting like that. But if he comes in here and starts doing some fixing this, fixing that, appeasing both sides, quote unquote, appeasing the Democrats and appeasing the Republicans, yeah, and they're for sure gonna do that. And then after he becomes permanent president, permanent dictator type shit. And then all hell's gonna break. He's gonna overturn everything again, like reverse it, and start going way right wing. Because to me, Trump doesn't want to be president. Like that man doesn't give a fuck about being president. He just cares about money and being a businessman. And the thing is, this has probably been the best business move he has done in his career as a businessman. Because him being president upped his stocks tremendously. The man has not even been in the public eye. He's probably been making bags in the background. Like Taco said, he doesn't have to run for nothing. All you got to do is just sit back, let Biden keep fucking up. He's gonna come through, so not even have to promote himself. He's just gonna come through, vote for me. We on the same page. I leave. He's getting a bag. Like he's a businessman, true and true. He don't have to do a damn thing. He's gonna win permanent whatever, and just be going crazy for them. Cause he's like a figurehead. Anything the Republicans want him to do, he's gonna do. He don't care. Biden, on the other hand, is over here sleeping in office. He don't know what the fuck going on. It's not even that. Like I said, before, it's the Democrats are the Republicans. If anything, he's doing this on purpose. He probably is in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna do nothing. Y'all just pass. Y'all want to overturn Roe v. Wade? Go ahead. Oh, y'all want to stop same sex? Go ahead. Meanwhile, it's like same sex has only been in thing for 7 years. That is so crazy how something so recent of being in office for 7 years. I think it was in 2013, 2014 that it got enacted. Yeah, it's already out. Like they're just taking anything out. They don't care. And you know what's crazy too, when things are actively affecting people are being overturned. Because Clarence Thomas, whatever that nigga's name is, he's married to a white woman, and they're still talking about doing Loving versus Virginia. I know some people are being they won't pass it because he doesn't want it to happen. Bro, they don't care what he wants. He's black.
I mean, he can still do it. Niggas act like he's not just gonna still be married to her, and that nigga's a senator. He don't give a fuck.
That's another thing as well. Like they either turn on him and say, "Nah, fuck you, bro. We were just using you to do our bidding," and they just make him divorce his wife because they want white babies because white life, the white supremacy. We've been saying that. Or yes, like people have been saying for the abortion stuff, how because I think it came out like in the Pentagon, which is DC, I think, that they said that the abortion laws around that state won't apply to them. So which basically means that the senators and people like that can go over there and get abortions. So they can afford to fuck up, or if anything, like if someone gets R-worded and things like that, they can afford to go over there and get the abortions. But the regular everyday U.S. citizen can't get it. So I didn't even think about that. He can probably just stay married to his wife and they will just overturn it. So everybody else is fucked over. Even the shit, there might be gay people in the government that might, okay, can you slide me a marriage thing? All right, say less. So even if they overturn it, they can still marry their husband or marry their wife and just keep them in a secret, keep them in the back, so nobody even sees them. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
So yeah,
niggas really
honestly,
think that
yeah.
everybody in office ever is straight. Like we've only seen these niggas. Like I don't think has there anybody even like been openly gay in anywhere in the office, like senator, house, anything.
Yeah, and the house,
Like
yeah,
recently, more than one person.
maybe like two. I know there's one senator who's like openly bi, but that's about it.
I feel like at
What
least half of those niggas are gay. On some
what
real
wasn't
shit.
that one the Pete
Yeah,
Buttigieg
Pete,
man?
Pete
Wasn't he
Buttigieg is
gay?
gay. He's
Yeah,
he's
he's
uh,
gay.
he's
Yeah.
fuck. What is he? He's in the cat. Oh, he's a cat in a cabinet position. I forget what it was though. But yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
niggas
I was
really
thinking
believe
that.
that only like 1-2 members of that entire thing identifies LGBTQ.
Yeah.
I really don't believe in that at all. Like they're definitely either closeted or keeping their partner a secret from us. I mean, of course they know about it, but yeah, that's definitely they're getting off some crazy lies over there.
Yeah, he's Secretary of Transportation. What the fuck does Pete Buttigieg know about transportation? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to just like just put it simply, like we're not gonna sit here and talk about like what we think about the Roe v. Wade because as y'all obviously know, we're against it. We want women to have abortions, like with common sense. Like we can sit here all day and talk about for people R wording, incest, like not like thing is like I don't even get into that because it's not even about that. The basic thing is that a woman should have the right to her own body because there's so many examples of how that's already applied. For example, before someone dies, they can dictate whether they want to become an organ donor or not become an organ donor. So how come someone passes away and their organs can be used to save another life for all you pro-lifers, but that they have the right to sign away and say, "Don't touch my body. Let me, die in peace. Don't touch my body." The same thing goes for people who are on organ. Like there's so many people who are on organ lists that need blood, that need organs, stuff like that. And there's probably so many able-bodied people in America that could give that stuff. But do we force them to give away that blood or give away their organs? No, because that's their right to keep their stuff. So why all of a sudden is it only for women to you have to have that baby though? There is no reason. So it's not no pro-life.
Yeah,
It's, and like
how
I
do
said, we can
dead
get into
niggas got more rights than women right now? That's crazy.
exactly. We can sit here all day and talk about well, if it really is pro-life, then you can why don't you fix the foster care system? Why don't you fix the orphanages? Why don't you help
I
homeless
think
people? There's so many things we can go. We can sit here all day, but I'm not going to do that because we've already said it. Like I said before, it's either you get it or you don't. There's no need for arguing because they don't they're not using sense to back up what they might be saying. Oh yeah, Christianity here or religion here or a fetus is a life. It is a baby. It's not a clump of cells. Who cares? They don't care. They're just saying that shit to make you believe them. They know deep down what they're saying is not true. They just want to they have a bigger plan at motion, in my opinion. So I'm not, we can sit here all day and talk about this, that, and third. We know what the real thing is. Women need the right over their own body. There's no reason why someone should die and have a more right over their. That's crazy when you say it out loud. It's actually insane, but it's the truth of America right now. And
and at
honestly,
the end of the
yeah. What are you
at
gonna
the
say?
I was just at the end of the day, also on top of everything you just said, all the people like more specifically, I guess I would say all like the men, but all like the men like saying like trying to argue for something, like argue about this topic or give their own thoughts or put some bullshit on. At the end of the day, if you don't got like if you how we as men see this, like whether people like are against it or whether people for whatever, we're never gonna understand what any person, any woman or like any person with a uterus is going through right now. So one, you got to think about that, and two, if you don't fit into that category, if you're not a woman, if you don't have like a uterus, and don't say some fuck shit because this is not.
Yeah.
I don't say
Okay.
this is not your issue per se, but this is bigger than anything you can ever think of, and just from the reactions of people, like I guess that I know, or people like that I've like talked to, or even online as well. Like this affects the people that it really, I guess, more directly affects, hits even more harder than you would imagine. So I would just say, If you don't have anything, matter of fact, on shit like this, when it's very specific and it's effective, just shut the fuck up. At the end of the day, if you don't have anything smart to say, shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, highly agree.
Before we end it too, I also do want to say, kind of like just adding on to what Taco said, that these kind of things, like, well, not, oh yeah, well, just adding on, like, this doesn't just stop here. Like we said at the beginning about, like, interracial, same sex, this doesn't stop here. So if you're out there, rejoicing, oh yeah, I love this, they're taking away abortion, I wouldn't rejoice for too long because they're coming after you next. No one is safe. Like this is like a plan to reenact white supremacy. This is not something to just stop here at women's rights, because they're going to continue to contraceptives, which is condoms, which is birth control, stuff like that. And for all the men out there, no condoms means STDs. So keep that in mind. Same sex marriage, same sex relationships. So if you're like a white queer person, you're in the LGBT, you're like, yeah. I don't know why you would. Let's say you're rejoicing, they're coming after you too. For black people, well, not black people, but I think specifically black men. I'm a black man. Apollo's a black man, but I've seen a lot of black men being like, yeah, because they say I don't know, they just don't like women, or for some reason they don't give a fuck. We're not safe either. Like me, you are not safe because they're going after Brown versus the Board of Education, which is segregation, which means that they're going to probably leave it up to the states to do what they want with black people, which might mean bringing back the Jim Crow laws. So, like I said before, no one is safe. So, anyone who is rejoicing about this shit, and if you think they won't pass these things, think again. Like I said before, like you think, oh, there's a black person in the justice thing. There's a men, and bro, they passed this Roe v. Wade thing, and there's women who voted for it in the justice thing. So let's believe they will easily pass the interracial thing. They will easily pass.
Celebrated it getting passed.
Yeah, like bro, women. I saw women at the protest. Like, yeah, they were screaming. They were so happy. Like, bro, like, yeah, bro. Best believe just because you see a black person in the office doing something, that doesn't matter. They will sit there and easily pass Loving versus Virginia. They'll bring back segregation, bring back Jim Crow laws. I mean, like I said, they're just doing whatever. We didn't talk about this either, but they also last week, around the kind of like a little bit before the Roe v. Wade, they overturned the Miranda laws thing. So cops don't have to read you. Oh no,
Miranda rights.
You can't. Yeah, you can't sue them. I think you can't sue them if they don't read it to you. So if you incriminate yourself or something like that, it's just a whole bunch of fuck shit. But they did that too as well, and they kept it really hush hush because I don't think they kept the hush hush. I think Roe v. Wade has kind of overpowered it, but they did overturn that as well, along with Roe v. Wade, of course. So my ending thing before we end it off and everything is like that. No one should feel like, oh yeah, they're not coming after him. Yeah, they are. Unless you're a white male in here, like in America, you're not safe. That's all I gotta say. White straight man,
rich,
white straight man,
white rich straight. Yeah, you got to check off a lot of boxes to be safe. Like you can't be poor white male. You got to be rich. You got to have somebody, a father that's in some sort of government position. There's definitely a lot of things you got to check off. So nobody's really safe from this shit, honestly.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. Yeah, if you're not in the government or like have connection to the government and you're rich, white, male, etc., you're not safe. Yeah, I mean, I think that's all we have to say. As any end of remarks, I think that's it.
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good too.
Yeah. So it's been Here Enough Podcast. It's been me, Jez, Apollo, Taco. We love y'all. Stay safe. I know it's some trying times, but I think I said earlier on my Mental Health Sunday thing, try to find something that can give you some type of mental peace, even if it's like getting your favorite food, going for a walk, spending time with friends. Just try not to consume so much of this like negative media. Like don't sweep it under the rug, but like try to find a balance as hard as it may be. We love y'all.
Peace.
Peace.